All right. China isn't just controlling the solar industry, though. Now the communist country is reportedly planning to use its stranglehold on critical minerals to flood the U.S. market with cheap EVs. Joining me now is Kansas Senator Roger Marshall, ranking member of the Subcommittee on Conservation, Climate, Forestry, and Natural Resources. Senator, good to see you. Listen, you have a bill that's going to stop taxpayer dollars from being used for buying chargers for EVs from China. Tell me about it.
Well, Sean, good to be with you. Just think about this. This is the next chapter of Joe Biden's schizophrenic policies, which all seem to enrich China. I say schizophrenic. He wants us to go from 0 to 100 miles an hour in converting all of our cars to EV. But he won't let us mine the lithium and copper that we need to make those batteries. He won't let us be able to make affordable steel in this country that we need to make those cars with. So all these policies basically enrich China. Schizophrenic in the sense that he says when they develop policies, when we set laws to spend these trillions of dollars, it's supposed to be made in America. But guess what? His other policies keep us from making it in America and enrich China. Sean, sometimes I just throw my hands up and say, I don't know what this president is thinking.
But Roger, doesn't it make sense to say, listen, we should put a pause on EV spending until we have a manufacturing base in the U.S. to have EV, whether it's batteries or solar panels or windmills, made in the U.S. as opposed to sending hard-earned tax dollars to China to build up their economy and their industry?
Yeah, you're exactly right, Sean. So right now, when you say about EV-powered cars, they're really powered by coal and natural gas. And unfortunately, wind energy and solar energy have been a miserable failure. I got behind them. I had hoped for the last 25, 30 years they would be successful, but they're unaffordable and they're unreliable. And until we have our new modular nuclear reactors up and ready to go, we're treading water. So we need to, take 3 steps back, catch our breath, just like we would do in the private world, and say, wait a second, these policies are getting us nowhere. We are killing American energy, oil and gas. Let's convert every coal plant to a natural gas plant until we get these nuclear modular reactors up and running. But like I said, all of Biden's policies are schizophrenic. They're enriching China.
Yeah, that's right. We're selling our future to China, or Joe Biden's selling our future to China when we have our own energy sources here, whether you said nuclear, natural gas, oil. Instead, we want to buy batteries from China. It doesn't make any sense. But we're speaking of China. You also have a bill that would stop the federal government and its agencies from funding research in China. So we're thinking Wuhan lab. We're probably thinking COVID. What does your bill do?
Right. Well, it stops all funding for any grants in China, period. Think about this. I want your listeners to go look up what Trinity Challenge is. Trinity Challenge is backed by the Chinese Communist Party, along with the Gates Foundation and the Clinton Foundation, the World Health Organization. We're indirectly funding it. And they're developing, they want to assess the DNA of every person, every animal, every plant in the world. And then who knows what they're going to use it for. Now, remember, so in China, the Chinese military works hand in glove with all these Wuhan labs, the state-ran labs as well. It's not like in America where we have a basic university researching over here and the Department of Defense doing their thing. We are funding their research. We are giving them technology that will soon be used against us. I'm more concerned about bioterrorism, especially if it's collaterally used at the same time with some type of cyber attacks. I'm more concerned about that than the number of ships that China has in the South Sea.
So will you use the appropriations process to make sure no taxpayer money, no dollars that come from the Congress is going to go to fund these projects in China?
Well, Sean, that's why we need you back in the House of Representatives, because we know the funding starts there. But we'll do our best. But it is so deep. The swamp is so deep. Dr. Fauci controlled like almost $30 billion of grants through the NIH alone. He was collateralizing those, getting grants from the DOD, from the Gates Foundation to fund this type of research. So it is a deep swamp to go through all those grants. But absolutely, I would love to go through them one by one and figure out exactly where our grants are going to. But in the meantime, let's stop funding our adversaries, especially in bioterrorism research.
It does start in the House, but eventually it comes over to you in the Senate, where you do have a say, Senator. And you have all those friends in Congress as well. So start pushing them to make sure they take out that money. I want to get one more question in for you because we're going to switch gears just a little bit here. Democrats, they want to take away everything we love. They want to take away our water heaters, gas stoves, refrigerators. The list goes on and on. But even Biden's own party, Senator, they're against this war on appliances. A new poll shows 54% of Democrats and 48% of liberals would support a candidate who would revoke these crazy Joe Biden green regulations. So are you seeing Democrats in the Senate actually start to get a little nervous about all that Joe Biden is doing, his war on the everyday appliances that make our lives easier and, by the way, cheaper?
Well, Sean, I'm not seeing much movement right there. They're more interested in just how much money they can spend. But the closer we get to that election, and just remind folks, elections do have consequences. One of our big focuses right now is getting out there and chasing ballots, getting set up so we can chase ballots, so we can play on an even battleground. There's lots of issues I hear them talk about, but just to be frank, I don't hear them talk much about anything unless it's really, really green. They don't care about the money too much. We'll see what happens.
Well, Senator, I can only hope. I would hope that they'd come back and push back against their president who has these crazy ideas that, again, when you have, I have 9 kids, Senator, washing machines, dishwashers, they make our lives a lot easier, and these guys want to take them away. These new rules, they don't work. Senator Roger Marshall, thanks for joining me. Have a great day.
Yeah, clean natural gas. Sean, best to you and the family.
You as well.
Great to see you.